Okay. So main agenda of main motivate for developing this programming language is to we need to create a software in be run on multiple devices. So it may be a smartphone, it may be a tab, or it may be a desktop, it may be a laptop. So no matter which operating system it is using, so all we need to develop a software. It should run on multiple devices, multiple electronic devices, and that we can call as platform independent. So that is the main motivation of developing the Java programming language. And in the early in that during the 90 the internet was become popular. So that is Java language is called internet programming language. So we are started running that time the applet programs are executing in the browser, and the portability and security will be provided. So in that time there is no language provides a security. So security is important when you are running or code internet. So these are the features we listed out last time. I explained means we went through overview. So these are the important features of Java, which is simple and smaller and familiar. So why familiar means the syntax, whatever following the data types, data type declaration, function name declaration, and looping statements all are similar to a C and C programming language. And this Java is compiled and interpreted. So interpreted means once your code is compiled, it should be interpreted line. So you know the difference between compiler and interpreter, right? Compiler job is to compile the entire source code, whatever you written in high-level language, whether it may be C++ or Java, that has to be compiled, and it will produce the intermediate code. The intermediate code we are calling it as a, what is the name of the intermediate? Once after compiling our Java file, it will generate an intermediate code. So a specific name for that. What is that name? After compiling our Java code, the compiler will generate on file. So what is that file name? Yes, that is class file, or we can call another name is bytecode. Yes. And as I mentioned that Java is object oriented. One of the important features of Java is it supports object oriented concepts. Then it's a platform independent, portable. As I said, that platform independent means your .class file will be capable, you can able to run it on multiple platform, whether which operating system we are not no need to bother. Only thing is that OS should having JVM inside it. So respective OS should have a JVM software. And portability, and once it's easy for you to copy from your file to another file. Portability is also there, and robust and secure. So this robust and secure, so that's what we mentioned that Java is an internet programming language. You can download the class file and you can run it on internet file. Means the system which is connected on the network, so that system will be executing. So whenever your file is placed on over the common network, there will be a chance of hacking and all. So there was hacking. So to prevent your file from hackers, so security will be there. So your file will be, you can ensure that our file is secure and robust. And what do you mean by distributed and network oriented? So distributed means whenever systems are connected over the network, then the one file system, suppose the systems are connected in a network. Suppose system one having executed the file and generated a class file. That class file can be executed in the 10th system within the particular network. It will support the multi-threaded and interactive. So we'll see the multi-threading. What is multi-threading? How it how the multiple tasks are executed and what are the different way to create a threads, and high performance. So high performance, obviously, whenever is either compiled and interpreted, so this features obviously this will achieve high performance. So here the executions of this Java file, dot class file is faster than the previous program. Whatever you're writing program in C or C++, it will be faster. And they given the some overview for each features. They given some points, just how it is simple and simple and familiar to other programming language. Syntax is similar to C and C++, and it eliminates or it will remove some some features which is available in the C and C programming. There is no operator overloading concept here, and there is no pointer concept. So have you studied pointer and pointer concept in C, C++? Right. And there is no multiple inheritance. This multiple inheritance concept is replaced with interfaces. What do you mean by multiple inheritance? So we know that inheritance is nothing but creating a new class from the existing class. Yes or no? Inheritance means what? So you can unmute themselves and they can respond, no problem. Are you able to unmute, right? If you want to respond, you can unmute and you can give a response.
Inheriting the parent properties to child.
Yes. Multiple inheritance. We have different types of single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance. So Java supports single and multi-level inheritance, but it won't support multiple inheritance. Multi-level it will support. Single means single class is created from the base class. That is single inheritance. Multi-level means you have class A and then class B is derived from class A. Again, class C is derived from class B. Now class B is an intermediate base class for class C. This is a multi-level inheritance. But multiple inheritance, it won't support. Why? Any reasons? Can you tell me? Why it is not supporting multiple inheritance? Yes. So multiple means from the two base class, single class, single one, we are creating a single class which inherits the properties of two base classes. So here conflict occurs when, so two base class having same method name. Suppose I have written one method called draw function. The draw function exists in both class A and class B. Suppose I have class A and I have class B. Right. So in this class A, I have written draw method. Function I have written here, and here also draw method is there. Right. So I'm creating a new class, that is class C. Right. So class A and class B are a base class, and C is a derived class. So this class C can call both method draw and this method, a class A method and class B method. So confusion when it will comes means whenever same method is existing in both class A and class B, then when you are calling this method from child class, so there is a conflict occurs. So to overcome that, we are going with interfaces. So in interfaces, we are writing, we are mentioning only method name. We are not writing implementation. Only method signature we are keeping in the interface. Then implementation can be carried out with this class. Means the class which implements the interface, so that class has to be implement this method, draw methods. That we'll see in detail when you are discussing about interfaces. That we'll see how to create interface and how to implement the methods in the class which implements the inheritance. Now there is no malloc and free. So malloc function is used for what? Allocating the memory. Free means deallocating the memory which is allocated with the help of malloc function. So in Java, Java provides one feature called garbage collection for deallocating the memory. So memory automatically deallocated with whenever user call the garbage collector method. GC method, whenever user calls, it will deallocate the memory. Hence, there is no malloc and calloc function. So in future, we mentioned that Java is a compiled and interpreted. So we know that whenever you write the Java code, it works in two stages. First one is compiler, translator, source code. Source code is nothing, our Java code into bytecode. That bytecode we are calling it as a .class file. That class file what we generate, that is called bytecode. Now Java interpreter, what it does, it will converts the bytecode which is generated by the compiler, that bytecode converted into machine level representation. It means machine understandable form it will be converted. Now what is there in the class file? The class file contains highly optimized set of instructions to be executed by the Java runtime system. So that is called JVM. So JVM will execute the class file which is generated by the compiler. And next one, JVM, Java Virtual Machine. This Java Virtual Machine need to be implemented for each platform. Means whether you are using Linux operating system or Windows operating system, no matter. So every operating system should have their own JVM versions. Then only they can able to run this bytecode. So all JVM understand the same bytecodes. So this is the way, means Java program. So compiler takes the Java program as input, and whatever the class file is generated, that will be given to the virtual machine. That virtual machine, what it does, it will interpret the bytecode. Then again, that bytecode will be given to the interpreter. So here, Java interpreter is a part of the virtual machine. So here, Java interpreter, what it does, it will act as an intermediary between the virtual machine and the real machine. So Java interpreter as an interface or intermediary between virtual machine and the actual machine or real machine. Next, as I mentioned, Java is an object-oriented because it supports the fundamental concept, fundamentally based on the OOPS concept, object-oriented programming concepts. So when I say that object-oriented programming means we are writing the classes and we're creating object of that class. What is object here? Object is nothing but what? What do you mean by object? Object is an what do you mean by object?
Instance of class.
Okay. Object is an instance of class or real world entity. and each object having its behavior, and it's having some. Suppose if I say car as an object, so car having a properties and it having some methods, operations. You'll be having a car having the movement object is there, and you have some properties also there. So in class we are going to embed both members as well as methods, and method is nothing but an operation of the particular object. So if I say fan is object, what are the operations? Fan will rotate, right? Rotate is one function. And what are the properties? It is having 3 wings, right? And you can say the color and weight. So these are the properties. Next, next properties is next feature is platform independent portable. So platform independent means you can run and run anywhere. Means if you return a code in a Windows system, then that once you executed that, once you compiled, you'll get a .class file. Class file can be executed on any machines. It's a download. You can download it on internet, then you can run it on the other machines. That's called platform independent. And changes in the system resource will not force any changes in the program. So if you change any resources, if you change any operating system increasing or decreasing RAM size and all, if any changes hardware resource or system resource, it does not influence on your program. And JVM hides the complexity of the working on a particular platform. As in that, JVM task is to convert the bytecode into machine level representation, that is zeros and machine understandable form. Machine level representation is nothing but what? Machine understandable form that will be converted. So implement code, that is bytecode, is converted into machine readable form or machine level representation. And next feature, one of the feature is robust and secure. So here I mentioned that there is no pointer concept in Java. There is no memory management. So this will makes us more robust, and speed of execution also increase. So memory management means memory allocation, deallocation take care by the garbage collectors. So pointer is also not there, so that execution time is also increased. And there is a strict compile time and runtime checking for data type. So whenever you type, whenever you are using, whenever you are specifying the particular data type for your variables, then that type checking can be done here. Type checking can be done at runtime. It's called strict compile time and runtime checking. So you'll get a runtime error, compile time error, right? So during the compile time, if you're not getting any error, so there may be chance of runtime also you will get an error. Some exception also you will get, it will rise. And it verify all memory access and ensure there is no virus or communicated with an applet. So as I said that this applet can be executed on the browsers. So whenever you are running your program on the internet, there may be chance of infecting with virus. So it will be protects. Java will be secure. There is no virus can harm. So next feature is distributed and network oriented. So it's a network friendly programming language. Java is a network friendly programming language. So because it provides a various networking libraries, like import Java IO dot library also there. So you can write a client and server programming for communication between client and network. So in order to achieve that, it will provide use libraries. And we can write. We are going to handle distributed application. Means distributed application means we are making use of remote method invocation and transactions. You see RMA what it does. So these are all libraries are provides a huge library whenever you're writing network related program, whenever writing graphics, animations, writing a database application, provides the all the libraries, necessary libraries. And multi-threading, as you know, that handling the multiple tasks simultaneously. That is multiple tasks has to be executed. That is Java will handle the multi-tasks simultaneously. And it provides a runtime system which contains the tools to support process synchronization and construct smoothly running interactive systems. So synchronization, why it required? So whenever we are going to run multiple process at the simultaneously, there will be synchronization concept will be used here. And last one, high performance. So high performance, why it will be how it is achieved here? So Java performance is lower than 4, but it reduces the overhead time. Means because of it provides a JIT option, just in time compiler. So here, just in time compiler, what it does, it will compile the bytecode into machine code here. So that's what we are calling the compiled and interpreted. Java is called a compiled and interpreted. That is because of that features, the performance will be increased. And another feature is dynamic. So dynamic here you can during the runtime also it will includes it links the object. So here there is no header file concept here. We are not using any header files like in C++. We are using header files. Instead of header files, Java provides a huge library for particular applications. Means whether you are writing network applications, if you are writing any database application, so particular library is used here. So that libraries are linked dynamically links. So that capability will be provided, and it provides the efficient functions. Go through. So here, applets is a small, tiny program that can be executed over the browser. So that's what the Java is. It's a language of internet programming because it supports these features. It supports applets, security, portability is also there. Java is compatible. Web browser can download a Java applet without fear of viral infection or malicious agent. Means there is no need to fear about the viruses. And portability, just I explained, you can execute your programs, you can execute your class files on different platforms. So these are points related to why portable and secure. So as you know that output of the Java compiler is not an executable code. That is a just intermediate code. So output of Java program is Java compiler is bytecode. That is not a executable code. Once JVM exists for a platform, any Java program can run on it. Means if any, no matter which operating system you're using, but JVM is installed on that system, so it can run that Java program. And how we are going to say that the Java is portable? So execution of bytecode by the JVM makes the Java programs portable. Means So we are not checking in which system you are compiled your Java source file. So only we need a .class file. That class file will be executed by the JVM of any operating system. So that is the portability. And Java program is a confined within the Java execution environment and cannot access the other part of the computers. So all the Java programs are executed within the particular environment. So it does not access the other part of the computers. So here the environments. So Java environments. So first you need to write a programs with any one of the editors. Then you need to save your file with .java. Then you have to compile. Then once you compile, it generates the bytecode. And then with the help of class loader, it stores the bytecodes in the memory. So class loader, what it does, it loads the code into memory. So you may observe whenever you may get on there is a rules that class name and the file name should be same. Suppose if you given the class name and file name different during compile time, okay, there is no error. Then you'll go with for running. So what is the command for running? Java space class name. So if the file name and class name is different, then it shows that class loader your class is not defined. Means because you are giving the different class name and file name. So JVM class loader, what it does, it looks for the class name which is there, because if file name and class name both means that class loader able to load the class file easily. So because of that mismatch of class name and file name, so it's showing the errors. Class loader not able to load your class files. So verify is also there. Verifier, what it does, it ensures that bytecode don't violate the security requirements, and it executes. Once the bytecode is generated, the interpreter, what it does, it translates the bytecode into machine language. So these points we covered. Okay. And this is over in this within the single picture what the phases are there. So just now whatever the points we discussed, that we are representing within the particular this diagram. So phase one, first we are writing the, we are using the editors. In that editor we are writing the programs and saving our file with the .java. Then compiling, compiler creates the bytecode and stores them on the disk in a file with the .class file extension. Then once the class file is generated, the class loader, what it does, class loader will loads the class file containing the bytecode. So class loader, what it does, it will loads the class file which contains the bytecode. Again, the bytecode verifier, what it does, bytecode verify confirm that all the bytecodes are valid and don't violate any Java security restrictions. Means Java provides some security restriction, so that bytecode should not contain any violations. So who is going to check? That is bytecode verifier will verify that codes. And once the bytecode verifier done, then interpreter what it does, it will converts that bytecode into a machine readable form. Are you getting right? So this is a phases from starting writing a program, compiling, loading your class file, then verifying your bytecode, then interpreting your bytecode. Total how many phases are there? Okay, I will I'll share the link. Wait, any doubts in this execution phase? I will show the execution also. So before execution, first you need to set the environment variables. Execution part, executing program will see. Next class, parallel will execute the code. And as I said that when Java environment contains the JDK and JRE. Once you install the JDK, it will include all the files, networking files and all the supporting files will be get installed here. JDK is nothing but Java development kit. So there will be applet viewer is there, JVC is nothing but Java CM is nothing, Java compiler and Java interpreter, and disassembler is there, and header files also there. These are all the contents, means classes and methods of Java standard library. API is there. These are the various packages available when you install the JDK. So these are the different versions of Java. Initial version of Java is Java 1.0, and whenever you releases a new version, the additional new libraries are added to the existing, and the version get changed here. And Java 2. So here version 2 included some header files. Now what is the current present Java 8 is also there, JDK 8, and you can update as soon as new release comes, means it will ask you to update things. You can update it also. And these are the J2ME versions are there. This is the version of Java 2 platform. Java Enterprise Edition is there, Java Standard Edition is there, Java Micro Edition is there. So these are editions useful. Enterprise Edition is useful for what? For developing a web applications. There are two types of application: window-based application and web applications. So you can execute your programs in using Notepad, and also Notepad with the help of JDK. And you can use the IDs also. NetBeans ID is also there, and JCreature is there, right? So these are the software you can use. Right. So first you need to install the JDK, that is Java Development Kit. You need to install. Then you go with ID. For practice purpose, you can use a Notepad for executing the small programs. And once you complete the executing, means once you execution is simple programs over, means then you go with ID, NetBeans or Eclipse. As you know that there are three types of language: machine level language, assembly level language, high level language. These things already you know. Just some discuss, means this high level language is easy for everyone, similar to our everyday English, and machine not understand this high level language, so that compiler is required. Assembler compiler is required for that. So here structure, if I say that any program is structured, means, so here we need to follow the disciplined approach to writing programs, and clearly easy to test and debug and easy to modify. Whenever you're writing a program, it should be you need to add comments wherever it is necessary. Comments are nothing but a self-explanatory part, right? So structured program takes time for you to follow the fashion. So class name you have to follow, how the method name will start, and what are the variable names. Variable names should be meaningful. Should not. It's easy for you to understand others also. So these are the points related to the structured programming language. So these things we know. If said that C is a procedure-oriented language. In procedure-oriented language, what it does, we are going to dividing the main program into submodules that we calling it as functions, and dividing the main program into submodules like functions, and again you are merging those function into another function. So here dividing the entire complex text into submodules, so that is easy for you us to develop. Means easy to solve any problems. That's the thing. Large problems is divided into smaller programs. So that process is called modular programming. And coming to procedure programming, procedure oriented. So here, procedure oriented follows top-down approach. C language follows the top-down approach. But C++ and Java is a object oriented. It follows bottom-up approach here. So global data is nothing but the data declared global variables. Global data is nothing but global variables. Local variables means the variables which is belongs to particular functions. Right? Global variable can be accessible throughout the program. So here data move openly around the system from function to function. Global data can be movable from one function to another. So this way of designing program is called procedure-oriented programming, and it follows the top-down approach in programming design. And object-oriented, what it does, it will follows the bottom-up approach, and it will divide the modules into different object, each object having encapsulate data and functions. So object A, how many objects are there here in this diagram? How many objects?
3.
Okay. So each object having data and functions. Functions are nothing but you can call methods. In Java, you're calling methods. We are combining, or we are encapsulating within the particular modules. So we are creating object of A. So if you want to call this method means, if you want to call this function means, we have to use this object name dot this method name or function. So that's the dividing the program into different objects. These are the how the objects communicate with each other through functions, right? So from one function to another function we can call. Likewise, the control will move from one block to another block. So this approach is called bottom-up approach. So bottom-up approach in the program design. So these are the main basic concept of object-oriented programming. So here, I'll stop here. So this objects, what is class, what is object, what is class, how to declare class, and what is the data encapsulation. So inheritance already knows types of inheritance, what is the purpose of inheritance, and as I mentioned that Java does not support multiple inheritance. Because of that, we are going with interfaces and the polymorphism. What do you mean by polymorphism? Poly means what? Poly means what? There are two words.
Many.
Poly, many. Forms. Morphism means many forms. Suppose if I write, I'm implementing one draw method, right? So here, this draw method will draw a rectangle, circle, or triangle. Same method will behave differently. Means same method having different forms. That is called polymorphism. And message communication, dynamic binding. What is message communication? Before discussing message communication data binding, we'll go with object classes data encryption detail. So shall I continue another 5 minutes?
No, sir.
5 minutes. So
Sir,
lunch
lunch
break.
time, sir.
Are you getting right? Whatever points I covered. You may feel that sometimes it will repeat it because already in C++ also you learned this OOPS concept. But practically means with the help of programs, we'll see how it will be implemented, how the classes is, how the objects are created, and in C++ also you are used classes, right? Right? How we are calling the methods in Java, how it's a writing program in Java, how it is different from C++, because C++ also object oriented, right? So how it is different from C++ or Java programs, we'll see here. And everyone download the JDK software and install it, right? After installing and the Java folder will be created in your program files under C drive, and and we need to set the path. Once the setting class path, then you can start executing your programs. From here I will stop. We'll see, continue with next class. Wait, I will share the attendance link. So attendance link I have posted on the chat box. Everyone go through, fill it. What is so once what is the command for compiling your Java file? What is the command? You know that we're going to save a file name with. What is the file extension you're giving after typing your, after creating your Java file?
.java.
.java, right? So for compiling Java C space file name or class name. Okay.
File name, sir.
For running Java space file name. So what is the reason class name, file name should be same? So if there is a mismatch, means class loader not able to find the particular file, means particular class. Well, running time, if you're giving Java space, you're giving the class name, right? So here class name and file name is not same, means it will throw in errors. Okay, everyone fill that form, then you can log out after filling.